Beverly Hills Cop 4 is, of course, the fourth movie in a franchise that has not been on the screen in 30 years. That means Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out in 1994. So that is, a couple of generations, basically, of people who have not seen a new version of this in a long time. Now, I've seen, I think, the first two. I don't think I've ever seen the third one, but I did not go back and rewatch these before I saw this. And by the way, I failed to mention this is on Netflix, so of course you can't catch it in the theaters. But it continues the story of Axel Foley. He is now in Detroit, and in this one, he has a daughter, and she runs into some trouble in Beverly Hills, so he goes back out there to try and help her. They are estranged, and so that, is part of what pushes this plot along. And again, lots of, well, not lots, but there were several big action scenes. He feels, or to me it feels like he picks up pretty well with the character of Axel Foley. There are a lot of legacy cast in this movie. So, if you're familiar with the first three, you're going to recognize a large number of actors from the first three. This, to me, is not quite on the level of the new Bad Boys movie, but I did not dislike it. It's kind of just in the middle to me of like action comedy movies. It's not, again, the best, but it's not the worst. I've always liked Eddie Murphy, and I think he does a pretty decent job in bringing Axel Foley back. Of course, everybody who was in the original movies, they've aged, and of course they make a lot of reference to this fact. It becomes kind of part of the comedy of the movie is the aging process. But I don't think it's as bad as some critics have made it out to be. And it could be because I have a daughter and, I can relate a little easier to the possibility of that ever happening. I mean, it's not currently, but I can see that. And maybe that's why I related a little more to this character and to his daughter and that part of the story. So again, not the best, not the worst, but as I've said many, many times before, if you've got Netflix, you are not paying an extra price to see this movie. It's included with your monthly payment for the service. So give it a try. I'm going to actually give it a fairly solid 3 out of 5 stars.